What's going on, fellow Sigma males? It's back to training after that really boring deload. I needed it, of course. Physically, I just felt like garbage. Mentally, I wasn't really excited to go to the gym. I don't think motivation is really a thing anymore. It just become a force of habit at this point going to the gym, but I just did not want to go. Feeling a lot better this week. Starting off with squats, of course. We've still got the 2-second tempo squats. Starting off with 363 pounds for a set of 3. Apparently this block I'm going to be doing top sets with just 3 reps of fairly heavy-ish weight. I think I took all these sets and they all felt around like RPE 5. Next set is 374. Besides the 3x3, I have 2 sets of back-offs, which are 8s that are also 2 count tempo. So thanks a lot, Alex. Anyways, yeah, 374 felt pretty easy. A little bizarre how like all 3 sets felt like RPE 5. I apparently did not get the 3rd set recorded, but I took 384 and it probably felt a little easier than 374. This is the first set of 8. I actually counted 7. I think any more reps than 6, sometimes I just lose count because I'm focusing on the movement. I should have probably just done 1 more. That's what I usually do if I'm kind of questioning the rep count, but I didn't because I was kind of getting gassed out. I haven't done 8 reps of anything in a long time. We haven't really started meet prep, so this is all hypertrophy work. We're just trying to build as much as we can in terms of muscle and just, you know, good quality tissue. That sounded really stupid, but this is the last set of squats. I actually did do 8 this time. I think if they were just normal squats, you know, normal sets of 8, it'd be fine, but the fact that I'm taking them at a tempo, or at least it's a tempo for me. Some people squat like this normally, or rather naturally. It just felt like very fatiguing. Coming up next is bench, as usual. This is not day 2 bench, which I usually show on the channel. This is, I think, day 3 bench, or it's actually day 4. So this is after my deadlift session. Reason being, I didn't have my tripod, and I can't really record bench at any sort of like watchable angle without a tripod. And I got a new one by this bench day, so that was good. Just sets of 8. It's supposed to be a 3 count tempo. I think it's closer to 2.5 seconds, sadly. It's not quite 3 seconds, but it is slower than my 2 count tempo, which, you know, is acceptable, I think. I still need to take it a little slower. Bench is feeling a lot better. I'm focusing more on just kind of pinching my shoulders together and my upper back before I set myself under the bench. It's honestly something I've forgotten the past few blocks. I've just forgotten to do that, and it makes a really big difference. I'm also putting my feet a bit more under me. They used to be somewhat far out in front of me so I could use more leg drive, but ironically I feel like I can use my legs way more in this position, and I just felt a lot more stable. So bench, I'm probably going to be redeeming myself this block, hopefully. Try not to jinx myself, totally crossing my fingers here. Last set I took at 205, the previous 2 sets were 195. I think the target RPE was 5 or 6, I could totally check. I think, yeah, the target RPE was 5. No, it was 6, I think. So the first 2 sets were around a 5, and I figured I could just take 205 for RPE 6. It felt like a 5.5, but if it was like a real 3-second tempo, it'd probably be more around a 6. Moving on to deadlifts, we're back to pause singles, although these are much lighter. Target RPE was 5, and I had to take 2 singles. My first kind of choice, which I felt would be pretty easy, was 452, and it just felt effortless, more like an RPE 4. I felt comfortable going up around 20 pounds, so this is 474. Also just kind of flew. Deadlifts were pretty good this session. Nothing really to complain about. Probably talk more about it during the back off sets, but enjoy this clip.
dumbass!
I think the next thing I should work on is not my squat, bench, or deadlift, but is to double check the barbell and check that it's loaded properly. First set of 8 here, I was trying to put on 402 pounds, which is close to 405, which I felt would be pretty easy for a set of 8. I accidentally put on 413, but honestly, it felt really good. I could probably take this a little heavier to actually hit our P5. Not that much heavier, probably like 5 pounds total. So I'd be hitting close to 420 for sets of 8. Alex was talking about my back positioning. I can probably see that on that rep and the last one. Apparently I just need to be a bit more upright. He's talking about as if like if I were going to be doing a heavy single, something that I'd be struggling with, I probably wouldn't be able to lock out in that position, which I agree with. But at the same time, I feel the more upright I set up, the more I end up using my hamstrings. I end up using them in the wrong sort of way, which I'm fairly certain is what led to my minor like hamstring injury a couple weeks ago, which hasn't bothered me since. Going on high bar squats. It's actually, never mind, not high bar squats. It's low bar squats, but I'm squatting in heels. I'm finally getting used to them again. I was getting very comfortable with the slippers, and I totally thought that I'd probably switch over to them entirely. But just now, after doing a couple sessions long term, or somewhat long term over a couple weeks, they're finally starting to feel natural again. Another thing I noticed is because like the back of my heel is more elevated, I should probably use a less aggressive torso angle. What I'm trying to say is I should probably be a little more upright with the heels and allow my hamstrings to take over. It's something I actually try to remedy in my last set. We've got this set, the next one, and then the last one. 4 sets total, 5 reps of 375 pounds. Felt really easy. Average RP was around 5.5. Knee was feeling really good as well this day. And I'm actually recording the voiceover the next week, so I've already done my squat session in the next week. I mean, knee has felt really good so far. I think part of that is just because we have less leg volume on the accessories, and some of those accessories would put quite a bit of pressure on the knee, especially things like leg extensions or leg press, high stance leg press. Right here, going on the last set, I try to stand a little more upright, and what I found was that it actually put way less pressure on my knees. While I was kind of feeling them in the first 3 sets, it wasn't anything painful. I could just tell it was off. I didn't feel anything like that on this set, and just to confirm that, today, having squatted and I just came back from the gym, I tried setting up in the same position, albeit I was wearing slippers and not the heels, and I can say for sure it feels much better, and I went pretty heavy, so you guys will see that hopefully by the end of the week. No special outro, I just want to get this video uploaded and done with. Bye bye.